Yeah, I'm live. Okay, just checking technical issues to understand if everything is working. If someone start to watch me, please let me know in the comments if you can hear me, see me perfectly. So here is everything okay. Here is me. And here also I will follow any comments. So, ladies, it's 5. Okay, wonderful. So at the beginning, I would like to share with you how this life will go. And it's first live actually in this group that we will talk about something really deeply. We will go more deeply. It's not only about makeup, not only about beauty, but also about our feelings, how we also accept ourselves, and how we can solve different obstacles that is not like helping us to reach our goals. Yeah, so I think that this live will be really helpful for all women. So please watch it, and also leave a comment if you have any ideas, if you want to share also your story, if you want to share your experience. Do not hesitate, do it, because this space is absolutely safe and no judgments. Great. Okay, so first of all, ladies, I really would like to present myself and to share with you my story, because I think and I know that not everyone knows me really well, or some of you knows me personally, so I'm really happy for that. So I'm Juste. My name is Juste. I'm actually from Lithuania and living now in Italy. 10 years. Now it's 10 years. So I came here following love, and I lived with my ex-boyfriend around almost 6 years together. And yeah, as I said, is my ex-boyfriend. I left him, thanks God. I opened my eyes and I decided that I want different life, because actually it was really strong love, but it wasn't like really good relationships. I would call it maybe even toxic relationship, because he was really jealous, and in all those years I couldn't grow personally. I couldn't grow professionally, because it always was like, why are you going there, why you stay long, and blah 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 blah. Of course I love him, so that's why I came so here, and it was difficult, but I decided that we are creator of our life, and we need to decide how we want to live, and no one else can do that for us. So every woman has a possibility, has a voice, and can decide for herself how we want to live. So this group is also for that. I wanted to share with you the strength that you are never, ever, ever, ever alone, because there are a lot of women who are passing the same maybe situations. So you never alone, never, remember that. So yes, I left him, and I start to actually really, I had beautiful journey in professional growth and also in personal growth. So yeah, I'm also a makeup artist. So that's why I'm doing also videos about makeup that I really love. And because I think that every woman is beautiful and we need just a little bit push to express ourselves, to know how to express ourselves as well. So yeah, I was working for 6 years with MAC Cosmetics company, and I was teaching, and I'm still teaching self makeup, also business makeup. And in my experience luggage, I also added coaching certifications. So yeah, I'm here also not only just to share with you my story, but if anyone needs a help or just needs to talk or want to find the very first step what to do in life, maybe just to get more self-confidence, or maybe to understand how to express yourself, I am here for you. So yeah, this is my really short story, because I could really write a really heavy book about myself, but this is really like important things, because I really want to start our topic of today: embrace how to embrace a fear of rejection, okay, and to become unstoppable. Why I choose this topic today? Um, because I actually think that everyone, we have inside of us this fear, especially if we going to create our business, if we're going to build our business, if we're going to if you want to do our career, or if we want to express ourselves, like to find love. So you're going maybe in the clubs, or you're going in some different meetings. So that fear is really, really huge obstacle. And I had that fear, and I still have. I think that's a phrase that I wrote: embrace your fear. It's not like just throw it from the window. We need to know how to embrace our fear, and how to use that fear. So I want to share with you also what kind of fears I had, and why, and where, and all those feelings. So I was playing with violin 14 years, and I had different concerts, and I played by myself like a soloist, and I also played in different groups. And I noticed that when I needed to play, and I was really good at that, when I need to do performance by myself, to stay by myself alone in this huge scene, I was facing this fear, even like a panic attack, that I couldn't remember even how I need to play. Everything was becoming like black, and it seems that my brain is somewhere else, or is just like shut down, like a computer screen. Everything is black, and I can't remember anything. I just know, I just can hear really silent, and I was suffering this, like, oh my god. And you know what, no one told me how to embrace that fear. No one told me that is maybe even normal. Maybe a lot of performers has that fear. And so I was thinking that I'm not normal, that something is wrong with me. And yeah, but when I was playing with a group, it was better, because I felt that I have a support, and it was a little bit better. After all, I went to university, and I started to work, and I noticed that I had the same fear when I needed to express myself in the meetings, when I needed to do the presentations, when I needed to say my opinion um, about any topic that we were discussing in the meeting room. And it was very bad. It was so frustrating, because after meeting, I was like, why I didn't say it? Why not? Why not? I need to express myself, And it's really like, I'm calling it, I really call this fear in results is like lost opportunities. Because as I couldn't express myself, as I was facing that fear and I couldn't manage it, I really lost a lot of huge opportunities. Because I was growing up, I was working also like manager, and it was difficult. And so I start to read a lot, because I wanted to understand what is going on. I wanted to have that confidence, and I wanted to understand what kind of fear I have it. So I started also to do videos, and I found myself that I was like freezing again. So I really would like to show you my first video. If you are very curious, not first video, I think it was like 100 after 100,000 video I made, that still wasn't good. So if you're interested, let me know. I will share with you maybe a link of that video, and you will see the difference. So that's how I start to understand where is my fear and what kind of fear I'm having. And actually, sometimes it's difficult to understand, because this rejection fear, it's really mixing with a lot of emotions inside of us. So sometimes we can think that I have fear of failure, or maybe I have fear of people, like after pandemics. Remember yourself in that situation, like 3 years ago, when pandemic starts, when we were like, oh my God, what is going on? And a lot of people actually, even still now, have that idea that I have a fear of failure. But is it really a failure? Is it really people? So also a fear of camera, right? To understand and to embrace that fear, at the very beginning, we need to understand. We need to understand what kind of fear I'm facing and from where it comes. So let's do first step. I will share with you the steps, so you can also write it down if you need, or even if you have any questions, you can ask me also about 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 steps. Okay, so just a second. I will check if everything is okay here. Yeah, right. Wonderful. Okay, so the very first step, ladies, is actually, it's not only for ladies, this video actually, but as we in ladies group, women's group, the very first step is to find that fear and to understand that fear. It's also to be very specific about that fear. As I shared with you my examples, it was also different locations. So when I needed to perform, playing violin by myself on the scene, okay? And it's also when I was in the meeting room and I needed to stand up and to do a presentation, or maybe to share my experience or my opinion with others in the meeting room, or also in front of camera. Again, is different location. Okay, it's different location, but maybe the same feeling. Yeah. So it's very, very important to understand um, location, environment. Be very, very, very specific about that fear, about that feelings. Okay, when you think about that. So it's to find that fear and to understand. Okay. So this is very first step. The second step, when we understanding our fear and our emotions, our feelings as well, so we can learn how to embrace that fear as well. So you think about that, how it could serve to me, not to destroy me, not to be my obstacle, but how this fear can serve to me. What is, when I'm talking about fear, I really, the question is rising, like, do you know what is a fear? So it's actually, it's just a symptom, of course, of our exposure. So think about how that fear can help you, how that fear can work for you, and how that fear can help you to grow. So if I will tell you some examples, so maybe you can understand it better, of course. So if I need to think about, okay, like work, okay, so for me is really similar, and it's also together self-confidence, but self-confidence about competence, or okay, not only competence, but to have confidence, acceptance yourself. I noticed that I had that fear in the meeting rooms, mostly when I was working already in Italy. So for me was not because of that competence, but because of Italian language and different culture. Because a lot of Italians, like even my colleagues, even my friends, they were saying that I'm a very hard person for Italian culture, because I'm hard worker, I love work, I love a system, and I love when at work everything is clear and everyone doing his job, And so they were saying to me like, oh yeah, Juste, you are too much. You're so precise. You're so, want to be so perfect. But for me, it wasn't being perfect. For me, it was just doing my job. And I had a fear of rejection because I was thinking what they can think about me. Do you understand that? So when we're going, think about also the situation maybe you lived as well. When we start to think what other person will think about me is a disaster. For example, if you if you have network marketing business, so maybe you need to take a phone and to make a call. If you start to think that, oh my God, what people will think about me, and when they're answering, you just you don't know what to say because you forget, because it's coming that emotion that you really not thinking to give a value, but you thinking what they will think about you. Or maybe, for example, if you, really good example. When we meeting a new person and we saying like, hello, I'm Juste. At the beginning, for example, living in here in Italy, I was so focused to pronounce my name for them and to explain them my name, because I don't know, a lot of Italian people, they can't just say my name, Juste, they can't understand, and for them is, oh my God, it's so difficult, but they have a name Justina. I don't know, for them it's very difficult. So anyway, respect for every culture. Anyway, let's come back to example. So I was so focused to say my name, to pronounce my name, that very often I couldn't hear the other name. But Italian names is also completely different from Lithuanian names or English names, because I was also lived in London. So for me, it's also important to understand that name. And this is also a fear of rejection, because we so focused about ourselves, what other person will think, that we can't do all the things proper. And I'm the person that I really love people and I want to be surrounded by people. So I started to analyze all those situations, and now I'm just saying Juste and asking what's your name, and repeating it. And after that, if person still don't get it, still don't understand my name, I can explain it. But the very first step, that very first impact for yourself, that, change your pattern, to have a trigger that helps you to change it. This is very important, because we have a lot of triggers that like obstacles for us, but we can create a triggers for ourselves to help us to overcome those situations. So think about how that fear can help you to grow. Okay, it's in your situations. If everything is clear, I'm going to the third step. So the third step is very, very important, because we already understood what kind of fear we have. We already also understood what that fear can give us. So now we need to do an action. Okay, we need to do an action. As I mentioned before, even in step 2, it's to create, it can be also create a trigger for yourself, positive one that helps you. Think about also what you can do, how you can face it, how you can face that fear. So for me was, I needed to grow my self-confidence. I needed to grow my, I think the very, very important thing for me was self-confidence and self-love, self-acceptance. For me, self-love or accept ourselves is very similar, but also it can be two different things. But for me was self-grow and accept myself like I am, like to be not normal living in Italy, not normal even sometimes saying the phrase in with an errors with errors as well, like in English as well. Okay, so but this is me, how I am, and I know that there are people who loves me and who don't, but that's fine, it's okay, so think about what you can do and how you face your fear and what you can learn from this fear. So for example, make videos to present yourself, because if we have a fear, we're understanding that fear, we embracing that fear, and we taking actions. So if you have a fear of camera, you can learn to face, you can face it, and you can learn to make a videos. You can learn to make live webinars. You can learn to speak and express yourself. If you are interested in more, to know more about how to face camera and how to make videos, or maybe it's really important for you because you're branding, you doing your branding, maybe you creating your business, maybe you growing your business, maybe you are your brand, you know. So it's also very a lot of very important. Or maybe even, you know, when sometimes in the so in Lithuania we have a tradition when we having a big party, huge party, maybe even weddings, or you know, like anniversary. Anyway, these huge parties with a lot of family, with family, with a lot of cousins, maybe, you know, aunts and blah blah blah, friends, so on. So we saying the toast. And when I was working in Lithuania, and not only Lithuanian people, but also like Georgian people as well. And I was in a business trip, and everyone said, okay, so now every person need to say a toast. I was kaput. And but I found my trigger, and I said, okay, Juste, you can do this. And so yeah, to say a toast. What is a toast? When you just, it's a party, so you just taking your drink, you know, glass of anything, and you saying, so I would say this toast for, I don't know, my beautiful friends, and because I love them so much, and they bringing a lot value in my life, and you my second family, and I really cheers for you, and I wish you all the best in your life, health, love, and success. Something like this. So this is express yourself. But if we start to think, oh my God, what people will think about me, that's it. It's done. It's done. So it's also a very good exercise. So for me, it's worked. Try it. Maybe it will be helpful for yourself as well. So yeah, so the third step, take an action. Okay. And the fourth step, so answer to this question. So after all these steps, after all thinking about analyzing your fear, about facing your fear, about understanding your fear, about being very specific about that fear, think about also what this fear gives you, and so on and so on and so on. So answer to this question: why this fear is completely ridiculous. Example, if I need to think about a meeting room, so it's better to say something than stay in silence, and after all be frustrated that you didn't say. And at the very beginning, actually, not every person has that courage or brave to say something intelligent. So if you believe in what you do, if you have your competence, I was saying to myself, I have my competence, I believe in myself, I believe that what I'm doing is really, really, really valuable for the company. So just having a fear of rejection and not talking in the meetings, it's also not giving value, not sharing your value with others, because because what they have to say It's very important to grow for not only for myself, for my team, but also for the company, maybe for other team, maybe for other person. So answer to yourself this question: why your fear is completely ridiculous. This exercise you can do not only with this fear of rejection, but you can do with any fear. Okay. Remember the thing that fear is a feeling, and we can change feelings. We can. So we can change the fear as well, because fear is a simple feeling. Other very quick exercise that you can do if you're facing also a fear of rejection. What you can do: create a list. Create a list about your skills, about your talents, about what you love about yourself. And I'm not talking about certifications you did, graduations you had, no, about your skills. Maybe you have a big heart, maybe you're helping people, maybe you are very good at work, maybe you love cooking and you cook really good food, those skills. Also, create a list of all your wins. And it's not about winning marathon. It's not about winning some competition. It's, maybe you wanted to wake up early in the morning and you do it. Maybe you wanted to move, to do some exercises, to do workouts, and you managed to do that. Maybe you did something good for your loved ones. Maybe you done something good for your friends. Anything. And every win is very, 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 very important. Okay? So if you can't remember your wins, it's mean that you're not celebrating those wins. So this is other very important rule, life rule: celebrate it. Celebrate your wins. So also when you're going and when you will embrace your fear, celebrate that. That will gives you a feeling and a power to become unstoppable. That will gives you possibility to show up. That will gives you possibility to to achieve your goals, maybe to do something more. Sometimes actually to ask help is also can be fair. Not asking help, it's also can be fear of rejection. And how many opportunities you're losing of this? I know I'm telling you from my experience, and I wanted to share it because I really don't want to waste my time anymore, but I really want to help someone also to do it now, and don't waste your time as well. So ask help if you need it, because it's so normal. To asking help is actually really strength. Don't want to say that bad word. So yeah, this is it. Do this exercise for yourself if you sometimes facing that fear. Do it. and you will see how the magic comes, and you will see how everything will become more clear and possible. So it's not all. I know that it's difficult to face a fear and to face fear. Sorry, not affair. Don't want to mix the things. It's really difficult sometimes to understand what kind of fear you have, but it's also difficult to find the step how to face that fear. So I really know that I know I was there. So what I want to do, I really want to help who needs, of course. So if you need me, if you want to face that fear, if you want to understand how to embrace that fear and how to actually do what kind of actions do that fear will start to work for you, that fear will become useful, I will give you a free coaching session to help you. So if you need me, if you need it, if you want to understand, or maybe you was thinking but you don't know what kind of feelings you have inside, you don't know even how to maybe it's too difficult for you, because I know that it's difficult. Just leave a comment if you want, I need a help, or if you don't want to leave a comment, you can write me direct message. I am here. Okay, so I will give you a free coaching session that can help you to embrace your fear and become unstoppable. Okay, good. Do you like it? And it's not all. Okay. As I said you at the very beginning, that for me, that fear was also like lack of self-confidence. So maybe for someone of you as well, this feeling. So yeah, so I want to share my ebook, Embrace Self-Confidence with Beauty. Okay, you can download it for free in my website also. So DM to me, send me a direct message, and I will send you a link. Okay, if I have a possibility, I will leave the link in description. So do not hesitate to take this presents. Do not hesitate to raise your hand. Do not hesitate to be a human. Okay, because we all there. You are never, ever, ever alone. Okay. So I really, I hope that you like this webinar. I really hope that you also take the value of this webinar. I just want quickly to check if there is any comments. Yeah. Hi, Vaida. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So if is everything clear, if it's really helpful and valuable, of course, let me know any feedback. Let me know. I really will be very, very happy for that. I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate any comment, yeah, any feedback. And great, this is me. This is first series of inner beauty, we can call it. Okay, and I will be more than happy to share with you also different topics, and I would like to do it like weekly, so you will see me again next week. If you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, you also can write or in the comments, or simply a direct message to me. So lots of love for everyone. Mwah. Lots of love for everyone, and see you next week. Mwah. Have a lovely, lovely evening.